c'est un pont qui a été détruit, mais qui a été détruit.
It's a bridge that was destroyed, but destroyed on a personal level. That is, between the Turkish president and his counterparts in the European Council.
Économique, financière.
I don't think the economic, financial, investment, technological, education relationship with Turkey will suffer unless Turkey chooses to cut itself completely from Europe.
de l'Europe, mais c'est pas.
But Turkey is not doing that. It carefully states that the economic relationship must continue. We're not reaching a point of no return, but an important crossroads. That is to say, does Turkey's political project, aligning itself with European standards, still make sense for the Turkish government? In my view, not at all.
À mon avis, il n'en fait plus du tout.
Quelles seront les
What will
conséquences
be the consequences if Erdogan wins this referendum?
Alors, première conséquence.
So the first consequence is no consequence. That's to say the president has been elected by universal suffrage since August 2014, 52%. He remains president until the election of 2019.
a été élu 1er novembre.
Secondly, the parliament was elected on the 1st of November 2015. The AKP has a majority and it keeps it. So from the point of view of the functioning of the state, there's no direct consequence, whether it's a yes or no. Having said that, if it's a yes, we're going to fall from a de facto authoritarian system to an authoritarian system entitled to an absolute presidency without counter-power. If it's a no, it's a drawback for the president. But at the same time, the president will have all the powers of today, and he has the state of emergency power as well.
Quel est l'enjeu
What's at stake for the EU in the aftermath of the referendum?
L'enjeu pour l'Union européenne, c'est d'abord, avant et
The challenge for the European Union is, first and foremost, before and after the referendum, that Turkey is a destabilised country today, destabilised by a coup, a failed coup d'etat. But we've seen that the purge has been extraordinarily wide, so we're no longer in the European
on n'y est déjà
standard.
plus aujourd'hui. Alors forcément, si le oui l'emporte, on y sera.
We are not there anymore today, so if the yes prevails, it will be even less.
Sauf autre accident, revenir.
I believe that we'll simply go back or be satisfied with a much simpler relationship.
Beaucoup plus simple. La modernisation de l'union douanière, et puis
The modernisation of the customs union, and after that, probably anti-terrorist cooperation.
Syrie, vu la situation
Cooperation on Syria, the continuation of the refugee agreement, and that kind of thing.
encore sur les réfugiés et ce genre de choses.
Qu'est-ce qui va
What will
advenir
happen to Turkey's application for accession in the aftermath of the referendum?
Depuis la purge extensive,
Since the extensive purge that followed the coup d'etat, the rule of law in Turkey has collapsed in such a way that the political criteria are not fulfilled. So the candidacy floats in dead waters.
dans des eaux mortes, et elle ne va pas très loin.
And if we have an autocratic regime without counterpowers that is legally in place, the candidacy is dead for good.
Se met en place juridiquement.
What is clear with the current situation is that European standards, especially political ones, are in contradiction with the Turkish president's conception of power, and he says so every day.
Sont en contradiction avec la conception du pouvoir qu'a le président turc. Et il le dit tous les jours.
And therefore, it is either declared formally dead, or we keep the membership negotiations in principle, while waiting for better days.
D'adhésion pour le principe, en attendant des jours meilleurs.